Mine is Naruto, and my favorite character is Itachi, the one who does not have a stolen.
Oh, that's a good one. Shots have been fired, guys. So, hello and welcome back to Wolfpack Overtime, guys. I hope you have been watching our videos. Today we have a special episode. We are doing it in English because I think this is something which will interest everyone beyond the language barrier. So, today we are discussing about anime, and today I am Pronit and I have with me Abhishek Das,
Hey guys,
Arvind Rishikesh,
Hello, guys.
and Sijan Datta.
hello guys.
So, before we dive into the depths of anime, I would like to ask everyone here that what is your favorite anime and who's your favorite character in it? Let's start with Abhishek. What's your favorite anime?
Do you want only one or do you want like a list?
Okay, give you can give top three. Anything, top three.
Top three. Good question. One Piece, Kawaii Bebop, Naruto.
Okay, and these are your favorite animes. Who's the most favorite character? If you have to single out one character of in anime of all time, who do you think it's the greatest of all time? Off the top of your head.
Off the top of my head, there are only two. I cannot distinguish between them. That is
Okay, let's take two.
Roronoa Zoro and Kakashi Hatake. I cannot distinguish between them.
Very, very iconic characters. Very iconic character. Okay, Arvind, what's your favorite anime?
Mine is Naruto, and my favorite character is Itachi, the one who does not have a stolen.
Oh, that's a good one. Shots have been fired, guys.
He has the potential to use Sharingan. He does not like cry and whine over it like, oh, I'm so weak.
Excuse me, bro. Excuse
my
me, bro.
hand is paining.
Excuse me, bro.
Oh, my
Excuse
chakra
me.
is over.
Excuse me, bro. Excuse me. Okay. Look, no. Please continue. After that, please.
Okay, we already have a war which is being waged between two characters and their fans.
Actually, he whooped his ass in 2 minutes also.
Okay, we'll continue with this war later on in the podcast. Sijan, what's your favorite anime?
I would say it's a very common anime. Everybody has seen Death Note, right? That's what.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
It's a classic.
And Death Note, who do you like more, Light or L?
It's very difficult to actually gauge. Sometimes I like Light better. Sometimes I like L better. So it's difficult. But most of the times I like Light, the protagonist, if you may.
Why is it Light? Because of his worldview or something else which is more attracting in nature?
Whoever the writer wants me to like, I like most of the times. So the writer mostly wants me to like Light, so I like Light.
Yeah, that's actually a very good answer. It's the case with most writers. Since we're talking about anime, it was also the case in Dragon Ball Z, where the writer Akira Toriyama always used to say that he didn't like Vegeta at all. That's why he never gave him power boost. Okay, so without diverting into other topics, so what is the current anime which everyone has been watching right now? Is anyone watching any anime series right now?
I'm watching a couple. Obviously, I was watching One Piece, but it was on a break. It's coming out again in July, so that is a good news. Besides that, I was watching One Punch Man. Oh, that is a great series, guys. You should check it out. It's like the greatest anime spoof can provide. Also, following My Hero Academia and Doctor Stone. Doctor Stone is for the science nerds, I have to say. Even if those who doesn't like that, it will be an awesome ride for you because it is not just only very informative about science. The premise is very interesting. I would highly recommend.
Okay, noted that we have to watch Doctor Stone. Arvind, any anime you've been watching recently?
Yeah, I'm continuing with the manga of Attack on Titan. I've already completed all the episodes. And why I'm saying Attack of Titan is for a very specific reason. Like, if you watch the anime, you will appreciate its portrayal of emotions. You will be feeling that you are among them, among the people who are fighting against the Titans. And the soundtrack is also amazing. Like, it was my ringtone, basically, one of them. And the characters are also so well written.
No, excuse me, sir. You forgot one person. There is one person called Captain Levi, the badass. I don't know.
What can I say about Mr. Levi? If he gets wireless, everybody gets ripped over there, it seems.
It's like, bro, you come at me, bro. I will take my plates and cut you. I don't care how big you are, how small you are. I will cut you to fucking.
He's basically a fucking butcher then.
Hint,
Okay.
basically, he rips apart one of the most insane Titans in the later series, later and down in the
Okay.
series.
Spoiler alert for everyone out there who hasn't watched it or read the manga. All right, Srijan, any anime you've been binging upon recently?
Yeah, I've been watching the second season of One Punch Man. Also, I recently watched a few episodes of Devil May Cry. That was okay. I guess Devil May Cry, the game was a lot better. I played the games, but the series is okay.
No, I really like that series, man. The Devil May Cry series. It was really good because the thing is, I've always liked the game, but I always wanted more from the story, which I didn't get. Like, especially after DMC 4, we didn't get much of the story. 5 is not a story driven, guys. Give
Yeah,
me hate,
exactly.
but DMC 5 is not a story driven game. Whatever. So when I go first, there's my good friend Sovik / I call him Joy. So he recommended this anime to me, and I watched it, and I was like, the voice acting is so on point. I have to say, I don't know who is the voice actor for Dante, but he's so on point. I really like it.
Absolutely. Agreed. Their voice acting is insane in DMC. It's like crazy. It's like we are shooting a live action film, but it's not. At the same moment, it's a live action film and it's not, because the acting is absolutely insane.
Also, the soundtrack was also very nice, like very good, very catchy.
The soundtrack is very catchy. Exactly. Very
Yep.
catchy.
Oh, one question to you all: blonde Dante or brunette?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I'd say blonde.
Obviously blonde. Who the fuck liked brunette Dante? That DML May Cry does not exist for me. What
It's
were you
non-canon.
thinking, Capcom, what the fuck were you thinking, man? What the fuck, man?
I just wanted to reiterate the stupidness of Capcom.
Okay, shots are being fired at Capcom already. Very interesting start to the beginning in the podcast. All right, so let me ask you one question. That did you guys always watch anime from your childhood, or have you recently started watching anime? Abhishek, were you always an anime fan? Were you always an otaku?
I was exposed to anime from a very young age, because we all used to watch Hangama, right? Ninja Hattori, Shin-chan, and all these animes.
Yep.
No, I mean, the most ironic thing is Shin-chan is not made for kids, but us kids, we used to watch.
Also, I'd like to interrupt here that also on Hangama TV, Shin-chan used to air in Hindi, and most of the adult jokes which were there in the original Japanese version were changed in the Hindi version. So half of them we didn't only get to know that what Shin-chan was actually implying. That's also.
But the thing is, like, some of the actions, like taking down his pants, touching someone's boobs or ass, that is the thing. Like, physical comedy you expect in an adult cartoon, not a kids cartoon. But I mean, we are not this century's kids who are so sensitive. Apparently, we could take. Have you seen the 90s Batman show?
They are called snowflakes. Get woke, Abhishek.
Yeah, oh yes, oh my god. Whatever the thing is, I was exposed to anime from a very young age, but the thing is, I didn't know it was called anime. I didn't know. I just knew as cartoon, because growing up, everyone around me said that it is just cartoon for kids. It's just animated shit. It is that, but Why after like what you can say, class I think 9, actually Arvind's brother, he downloaded Death Note. So Arvind got it from him, and he said, bro, I got this badass animated series, you have to check this out. And he gave it to me on a pen drive, I remember, and I took it. And man, I am saying you, I was really skeptical about it. It is my not worth it animated series. Why would I watch it? I could just watch Justice League or other things, because at that time I really didn't, I didn't really give what we call gad to anime. Because
Importance. We didn't really give importance.
gad. No, importance is still a very good word. I am telling gad, like literally no gad given.
Yeah, this is a local slang that he's using. So anyone who's not Bengali won't get it. But anyways, go on.
Thing is, so I watched the first episode. I'm completely blown, and I ended up binging at least 12 episodes, 12 to 13 episodes. By the time I was finished, I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I mean, how was I not exposed to this before? And after that it was just, and I would say one thing about Death Note, till the end I supported L. I don't know why. I supported Kira, Yagami Light. Yes, I supported Yagami Light. Till the end I was hoping, come on, you survive this. That was it. That was like from class 8 month. Death Note was my actual start to anime geekness, and it skyrocketed from there.
Proper anime culture in your life began from Death Note, right?
From Death Note. I mean,
Yeah.
most of us, I think it started from Death Note. Most, you could say.
No, mine actually, in my case, it was a little bit different because I didn't know. Same like you, I didn't know it was called anime. But Dragon Ball Z played a very big role in my life because it used to air on Cartoon Network. I remember it was in the 5th grade or in the 6th grade, I guess. It used to air at 9:30 in the night, and I used to watch it having dinner. So Dragon Ball Z played because at that point of life, those animations and that storyline, even for a kid, that was insane. The first time when Goku went Super Saiyan, because he lost his friend, that was like a very big emotional deal to me.
He screamed for, excuse me, bro. He screamed for like 10 hours.
I know. Actually, there's a fact behind that the fight actually lasted for 5 minutes, but it was, in terms of episodes, it was a huge number of episodes that it aired for. So the Frieza versus Goku fight, final battle on planet Namek. But the thing is, that Goku as a character was so emotionally driven because he lost his friend. He gained a power boost and he was able to fight a main villain who was schooling them until that particular point of time. It was like a very big deal to me. So my anime journey started with Dragon Ball Z. Arvind, what was your scene? Where did this whole anime culture begin for you?
For me also, it started in a similar way to Abhishek. I started with Hangama, but one of the animes that stood out for me was in Cartoon Network, Duel Masters. Why? Because the character design in that was insane. Like, I believe everyone who has seen Duel Masters would remember the image of Bolshevik Steel Dragon, how it looked like, how awesome it looked like.
Bad.
OP.
The
OP.
like VFX was insane. And coming to story wise, same. Death Note was actually like in a league of its own when I watched it for the first time. Like, I was not exposed to that type of storyline when you are so behind the character, like, okay, he's doing this, why is he doing this, every decision of his is being explained. It was in a league of its own. So similarly, Death Note was the first story driven anime that I saw, and the journey started over there.
For both of us, right? I remember because we used to discuss, why abhi kya hoga, Yagami Light ye karega, why
Yeah.
L aa gaya, why L
I
mar
used-
gaya.
I used to be with L, but when he died, I was like, what? Why? And actually, even though Abhishek supports Light, I stopped supporting him once he had to kill his father. Like, that was a bit too much for me. Like, that were like some things are not to be done, even whatever the cost may be. For at that time, I stopped supporting, and the series pretty much died for me once L died. I'll be honest with you guys.
Yes, yes. Even I feel the same, that the main storyline was actually stitched around those two main characters. After that, it took a bit of a dump, and I didn't really care about the story very much. I feel that Death Note was one of those animes which actually changed our viewpoint toward anime, that anime is just not for kids. This is a
Yeah, yeah.
storyline. This is a storyline which can be, if presented in a live action form, or if it can be presented in any other form.
Netflix.
Not your Netflix, not your Netflix, please.
Not your Netflix. Not. I'm just talking about the storyline, not the exact shitty copy which was made on Netflix. Not that. But Death Note actually changed my viewpoint that okay, something so mind blowing can also be made in form of animation, and it is so engrossing and enthralling in its own. So that was something which I learned from Death Note. Srijan, where did your anime scene begin? Where
See,
did your anime scene begin?
one thing very quickly. L was like the Joker of the lights Batman. Essentially, that's what I feel like. That's what it feels like.
L has to be Batman. I think Joker is light. He was the maniac.
But if you see from the angle of the protagonist and antagonist, so by
But
that
that
logic,
but that is the thing. I think Death Note is one of
yeah, the tables are turned.
anime.
That's what.
Yeah, that is what is character development, right? He changed, like even Breaking Bad, you can see what he was before and how he changed over time. I think it was, yeah. It's the author wanted that to happen. He wanted us to see that character development, I guess.
Anyway,
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah. See, I had two phases essentially. The first phase, as a child, when I used to watch anime and didn't even know about it, like I didn't even know it was called anime in Cartoon Network, then Animax and all that, all those channels.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I don't think anyone in India around our age knew what anime was. Like, let's be honest. Our parents, they didn't know about this culture, and
Yeah,
it
true.
just out of suddenly it comes Hangama. This channel comes, and this is a weird type of animation we are not used to watch, like Western animation. It's not like Western animation. So nobody knew about it, like anime. So even I remember there was this channel called Animax, if you remember, used to come.
Yes,
I-
yes. Animax. I used to watch an anime on there. It was called Card Captor Sakura. My elder cousin sister used to watch it, and I used to watch it along with her.
Not even early 2000s. I mean, it has to come. The real culture, anime culture, came in India like 2010, past 2010. Before that, I don't. There was much. Whatever. I'm sorry, Sujan. I'm sorry, really sorry.
No problem. Then the second phase began. I think it began with Attack on Titans for me. I started a lot later than these, all of these three people. Anyways, so Attack on Titan honestly blew my mind. The anime style and the vision the writers and the animators tried to show were honestly mind blowing. It looked so good. The Titans looked actually look menacing. So pretty good. Yeah.
Also,
Okay,
I would like to
Yeah, go on, Arun.
actually, I would like to add that I think used to watch Animax also, and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood I used to watch, but I think it's good that I watched when I was in college, because it is an anime which requires a certain type of maturity in the viewer itself, because you won't be able to decipher the story properly. So some small time animes were good, but I don't think I would be able to understand completely the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood if I had watched when I was like class 9 or 10.
guys.
We
I
watched
have one
Shin-Chan.
we watched Inchan, exactly. No, guys, I have one point. How many of you guys, after watching Detective Conan, wish that we also could just shrink and become a kid with an adult mind? How many of you guys? Come on, be honest.
I'm guilty of that. I'll say
Plus
I'm
one.
guilty of that.
I used to think about it all the time, man. If God, I could just again go back to KG, I would just ace everything. Oh my God, life would be so easy. And
Well,
I'm
actually, that has been the scene with pretty much everything. Like, all those Dragon Ball Z fans out there would relate with me that at least once in their lives they have tried to go Super Saiyan. Like, what would have happened if one could go Super Saiyan? In spite of leaving out the biology, because humans couldn't go Super Saiyan, but as kids we did try that. So for Detective Conan, it was also the same thing, that if we could just go back and relive everything with prior knowledge of that what we have done, it would have been insanely crazy.
kudos Shinichi.
Incoming
Oh.
chappal from mom and dad because of screaming.
Flying chappal received.
Oh,
Okay, so let me ask you this. What do you think is the current scenario of anime in India? How is it different from back then when we were kids? Abhishek?
the thing is, again, I have to say this. Even in our first episode, we said Netflix has a huge impact in India, and that is the main thing. Netflix, regarding this, also had a huge impact. When it came, it pushed a lot of anime content in India, and there were some contents which are not available in India through the proper way, if you know what. So that was a thing. Mainstream audience.
Hashtag we don't support piracy. Hashtag we don't
Yeah.
support piracy.
Okay, so the thing is that mainstream.
Though we do it a
people-
lot.
Oh my!
Excuse
We
me,
did a lot.
that might be you. I don't do privacy. I would like to clear it out. No legal action should be taken against me. I am not part of piracy. I watch everything legally.
Bro, I
Watch
am an
everything
Indian.
pirated, जो उखाड़ना है उखाड़ ले.
अरे सुनना
Kick-Ass
भाई.
Torrents and Pirates Bay are life.
Pirate Bay for the win.
And Netflix coming in India and giving mainstream audience this huge library of animes that really had an impact. But even before that, I think social media has an influence, because in social media a lot of memes were made on this anime. Especially, again coming back to Death Note, man. This has to be the gateway drug for anime. Everything comes back to Death Note. There were so many memes about Death Note. So I think that has created like a curiosity, like, oh, what is this thing that I see a lot of memes on this. So that social media has to be one of the reasons which piqued the interest in India. And Netflix has to be there. Netflix, even I think the channels, Hangama did a lot. Some of the animes which I ended up watching later. I watched it on Hangama, like Detective Conan, which, by the way, has 900 episodes, and I caught it up. Till the latest episode. You have no idea how much dedication it took. So I watched Detective Conan there. I watched One Piece there. I think we all watched Naruto there, or in Cartoon Network.
Interrupting once again, it's not called dedication, it's called lots of free time.
Whatever, bro, whatever. So the thing is, Hangama also did a point there, but I would feel the major, I might be biased, but I feel the major heavy lifting was done by Netflix. Arvind, what do you think?
Yeah, even I believe that anime is being appreciated a lot, and even like I don't know about the scene out there, but in my friend circle and even in college, there was a huge anime group, and they used to follow up, and we used to have discussions regarding it. And in fact, I would suggest many of these Hollywood or even Bollywood, if they can buy the rights, and if they even pick up a story and make it in real time using cinematography, they'll get a huge hit. I am waiting for that to happen. Like, it should even reach to a bigger audience. Change the language, no problem.
Excuse me, bro. Don't give ideas. Netflix already tried it. Are you kidding me? Bollywood with anime live action? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
Years before that, Dragon Ball Evolution was attempted, which was one hell of a crap movie.
Oh
One
my
hell of a
God,
crap
please,
movie.
Please don't let me. Oh my God, Dragon Ball.
That's a good
Calm down.
imitation. Good imitation.
Good imitation. Oh my God. On that topic, I want you guys to know that One Piece is being adapted in live action by Netflix. It is confirmed by Oda himself. We don't know when we'll get it, but we'll definitely get it. So again,
I so wish that it doesn't turn into another shit show. I so wish.
I mean, Oda is the executive producer himself, so let's. I mean, I'm really hoping for the best, man.
Which live action anime do you all think was the best? For me, it was